Hello everyone, this is Whitney with my week 2 discussion forum post talking about chapters 6 and 8, which are on learning and memory. The first question, what is most intriguing about memory, and the content in chapter 8, why? The most intriguing thing to me is that memory is not always accurate. I really enjoyed reading about Elizabeth Loftus, I think that was her name, and her research on false memories. I guess that's not necessarily like surprising to me. I just never really realized there was like science behind it. It made me think of my own life and my sister, who we experienced very similar childhoods and were a part of many of the same events, but often we disagree about what happened. So yeah, that was just kind of cool to read about. And then, which component of this chapter will help you in improving your memory? Chunking and rehearsal are the two that I wrote down as being the most helpful for me, because I think of like when I'm trying to remember a phone number that I need to call back, and I do think about it in first 3 digits, second 3 digits, last 4 digits. So I think that I already use that, and I will sit there and repeat it in my head, and just knowing that could be more helpful to me going forward. And then, which learning theory stands out to you? And that's from chapter 6. I would say operant conditioning. I think that's how you say it, operant. It doesn't feel like a real word to me. I think of this a lot in my work. I work as a behavioral specialist in an elementary school, and I feel like everything I do is, if you do A, B, and C, you get this reward, and if you don't do A, B, and C, then here's the consequence. So I already use that so much in my everyday life. Also, I thought about myself, because I used to never wear a seatbelt when I drove an old car, and then when I got a new car that beeps at me, now I wear my seatbelt. So I liked when she mentioned that in the lecture, because that's a real life example for me. And then, what is an example of something you have learned through this theory? I just kind of told you one example. But I think most of us in our entire life have learned most things through operant conditioning. Like, you learn that your actions have consequences and your positive actions have rewards. Or, as I often say, every action has a consequence that can be positive or negative depending on what the action is. So, I think just about everything in life I have learned through operant conditioning. So that's all. I really enjoyed this week's chapters. They are things that really interest me, and I'm looking even more forward to this class because I'm relating it so much back to my everyday life and my work and my future. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoyed it as much as I did.